This show is presented by the 323 Network. You can watch all your favorite 323 friends and shows on the 323 Network YouTube channel, follow us on all social media platforms at 323Reid, and support us as we continue to grow at patreon.com/323Reid. That's 323REID. We're definitely getting to my new Knicks bandwagon fandom.
Welcome aboard, sir.
I was trying my best to find a Knicks jersey anywhere at the mall around here. Couldn't get one.
I'm surprised you didn't find one.
I couldn't find one, yeah. Well, not one that was like, I wasn't about to buy like a Patrick Ewing. Like, I'm a new Knicks bandwagoner. I need a Brunson jersey.
Get that Brunson. You could say you're like a second cousin. People will believe you.
I need a Carl Anthony Towns so I can just walk around. You guys! God!
You want a Pussycat jersey?
Those like sus video clips that I'll see of him, they do a little montage of him just talking. It's just like, does he know how you just said that?
That's a zesty badass there.
Zesty.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 323. I am your host, Reid Murphy. It is good to be here with you. It's felt like forever since we've gotten to talk to you, you beautiful audience, on all things sports and political nature. Yeah, the last time we were on, we had plenty. Actually, everything that we talked about last time, which was me and Luis talking about, the playoffs and the NBA reactions and political reactions. Don't worry, folks. Nothing's changed. Knicks are still going strong. Wizards are still screwed. People that got deported are still not in the place that they should be. So the world is right, I guess. Who knows? But we're going to correct it some more today with an awesome crew here on the 323. Scott Ellia of the 323 College Shame Day is here. Look at that new background. Look at you.
I know. It looks a little bit more put together than last time you had seen me.
That is a beautiful green screen. Yes.
I know.
It's looking great. And, of course, the Big Chief Burrito himself, Luis Martinez, is here. Hello, Luis.
What's up, gentlemen?
Yes.
Right.
West Coast is running. Of course, like you can see on this beautiful ticker, if you're watching the 323 Network on YouTube, if you're watching us, you can see on the ticker, Luis Martinez's movie, Blacklisted, is available on Prime Video. Go check that out. You can check him out all over the place. He's doing great work. We're all doing great work. And boys, there's so much great work being done in the just realm of sports, in the realm of entertainment, and just in the world. There's so much to talk about now that we're back. I don't honestly know where to start. I could start with a deep depression that I am as a Wizards fan.
Yeah.
But not really. I could be a Knicks fan. Go New York, go New York, go. I was playing Mo Bamba with the kids earlier, and we were just crashing out all together. I feel the Knicks energy running through me. And forget the lottery, which you can go check out. The top 5 things more rigged than the NBA draft lottery. Huh?
Did they do the lottery?
Who needs it? Who cares? Cooper Flag. Who wants the white basketball player? Nobody needs that guy.
Not me.
I'll tell you right now. I never wanted him. I'm on record on this show. I said I never want him as a Wizard, and I would never get a jersey or anything like that. Oh, but we got NBA playoffs to talk about. Jayson Tatum, Achilles tear. What happened? Oh my God, the Celtics. What's going on, Boston? Plus NFL schedule talk, which, trust me, this is the dumbest. It's the dumbest thing. The NFL schedule being released over the course of 3 days. We don't need to make everything an event. NFL, the addiction's not that bad, or maybe it is. But we can't just get right to these things. We have to, find some type of structure and let the fates decide it. And I had no better guest to call upon than somebody who has been on vacation for a couple months now. The college football season's been over, and this deity of the 323 Network has been called upon and given a little bit of a makeover for this season, and that is the Wheel of Degenerates. Yes, folks, on 323 College Shame Day, that wheel of degenerates comes out and it gives Scott so much pain and so much heartache as he has to make all these picks and lets the wheel decide what he's doing with his bets on college football. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Folks, the wheel of degenerates has now become the wheel of issues for tonight. And it's going to help us figure out exactly what we're going to talk about. Hello, wheel. Oh, look at all those beautiful colors there. Beautiful there. So, on the wheel, gentlemen, we have several different things to talk about. We'll see just where it lands. We have the NBA draft lottery is rigged. We also have, is Jayson Tatum overrated? Maybe that's a bad time to ask that question, but
Whoopsies.
it was a damn good Achilles pop, I guess. Is Jalen Brunson the best New York Knick ever? Get out of here, ads. Retiring jersey numbers in sports, yay or nay? Does Derek Carr make the Hall of Very Good? Why do we need 3 days of NFL schedule releasing? Will Bill Belichick coach a game at UNC? That's a good Scott question. Kristen Stewart hunting gay ghosts. That's been on the wheel for about 3 years on this show, and we never got to it. We never got there.
We probably never will.
Who knows? Where should Giannis go? Is one big one in the whole world of sports media. Reid's mystery top 5. I do have a mystery top 5 that you all would need to guess what the actual subject is. We have Scott solves the Israel-Palestine conflict. So,
okay.
All right. There. Diddy is in court. That's a good, can't be a problematic topic whatsoever. Luis rants about politics for a minute and a half. Is the Messi in Miami experience a failure? And, of course, Jordan or LeBron. So, I don't know where you guys would like to see this land. Is there any particular spot that you'd want to see it land on first, Luis?
Did you just say Jordan or LeBron?
Yeah, that's all. That has to be on the wheel. This could be a post-apocalyptic world, and as long as we're doing sports media, Jordan, LeBron is going to be on the wheel of issues. Also, Michael Jordan's going to NBC. He's doing TV.
I think we should start. I'm hoping we start with something basketball related.
Okay. Scott, you want to start with Israel-Palestine?
I kind of want to talk about gay ghosts. I'm not going to lie.
Who knows?
Ghosts.
Ghosts. Let's spin the wheel and find out. Popping up first. What is this? Oh, will Bill Belichick coach a game at UNC? That is not a basketball question, but it has been a big topic lately, and that has been, everything with Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, Jordon Hudson, or Jordon. I don't know how you say it. 50-year age gap between them, and, that's the least of the concerns that's been going on. There was reports from Pablo Torre saying that she had been banned from UNC's campus, from, being involved with the football team. UNC said that she's not a part of the staff, but of course she's welcome there. We don't know what's going on. We know that she's highly involved in the future Hall of Fame coach's day-to-day life. She's running his social media accounts, which he never had before meeting her when she was 19, by the way. She is interrupting CBS Sunday morning interviews. Like, Scott, you're our college football expert here. Like, everything, like, we've always known Bill Belichick to be completely against, the headline stuff, to be completely against distractions. He's like the most controlling coach ever. Like, didn't even have a GM because he needed to do all that. And now you have this 24-year-old girl running things at UNC seemingly. Do we think that he's going to make it to the season opener without getting fired, or whatever the hell is going to happen?
Well, so just to back it up, signed 5 year contract worth $50 million back in December. But one important thing to remember is that there's a contractual clause that would allow UNC to buy out Belichick's contract for just $1 million after June 1st, which we are 3 weeks away from, if my math is doing correctly.
Yes.
But yeah, I think if she's continually being a thorn in the side of the university. It is causing too many issues off the field and making his job that much more difficult. I could see UNC easily saying, yeah, hey, Bill, thanks for the help and the notoriety getting UNC, where we are now. Here's an extra $1 million. Because, I mean, they have plenty of other coaches on that staff who could step into that head coaching role, right? I mean, you have Freddie Kitchens, who is a head coach at the NFL level. He's the offensive coordinator there right now, so he'd be an easy plug and play. Or you have his son. His son's on the coaching staff as a D-backs coach. I don't think he'd get a look at a head coaching spot. But then you have like longtime NFL player, especially with the Patriots, Jamie Collins. He's a linebackers coach, so he's a name that's kind of been in some circles about being one of those next young head coaches to get groomed and slowly move their way up the coaching ranks. So they have backup plans just in case. If it were me, I see UNC cutting that check and say goodbye. Not dealing with that headache.
Luis, does this story this story is catching attention from all aspects, from like non-football fans, from college fans, like people who don't give a shit about college football. Like it's all over all the gossip channels, everything. Like what does this story do for you, if anything?
Can we let the man get some young trim in his life after he's fucking? Can a 75-year-old just catch some young, There's no elixir. It's the elixir of life. What the fuck are you talking about? Listen, I'm about to enter my Bill Belichick phase. If I don't want no bullshit when you guys see a 25-year-old running my life and my social media accounts and interrupting my fucking Oscar speech saying we're not going to talk about that. I'm looking
going to give you the blowjob of your life.
Listen, man, it's there's nothing in the world that like some 25-year-old poontang is not going to solve for you, man. It's just there's nothing wrong with that. Bill, do your thing, man. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? The man paid his dues. He's got kids. He did the wife thing. Now he's got a young fucking girlfriend. To a 75-year-old, I mean, to us, she might be like a 7, but to him, fuck, you're in your 70s. That looks like a 10 and a half, And of course, it comes down to this: the juice worth the squeeze. And I'm assuming that for him, the juice is worth the squeeze. So do your thing, Bill. It don't matter if he leaves UNC, if he fucking retires. He's still going to be one of the greatest coaches of all time. And him getting a little shit like, oh, you got a hot 24-year-old run. Fuck off.
He might be into it. I mean, he's ruled with an iron fist in the NFL.
Anybody's yum around here? Do your thing, Bill.
I mean, that's why I could have gone to college. I mean, the way I've looked at it in a kind of a conspiracy way, and I feel I'm the conspiracy theory one compared with Scott on this, where we've seen like the reports that Belichick's family is concerned about it, that his kids are concerned about this whole thing, that they think that she's using him, and like Steve Belichick, who's the son, who's he's the coach. But yeah, of course she is. But like, Steve Belichick is like, he doesn't like her. He's concerned about this. But I've been viewing it as like this. Like, he hired Steve because, of course, Bill is not going to do that whole 5 years. He's not doing he's not running that contract. He's took the job, put his son on the staff, so that way his son is going to wind up becoming the head coach at UNC. And he never would have become the head coach at UNC if it wasn't just like, inherited. And so now we might just be speeding up the process here, where Bill is, UNC got put on Hard Knocks. They're supposed to be on there. And of course, Belichick doesn't want to do Hard Knocks. He's never touched it in his life. But Jordan apparently got it killed because she made the NFL uncomfortable, which is a damn hard thing to do. And she might just be helping out all of this. And now he's going to get to say, you know what? Fuck this. Leave in mid-August. And all of a sudden Steve is a head coach at UNC and Bill is back on Monday Night Football doing Manning casts with Jordan on the side. And she's building her profile. She's building up this huge resume, a huge network. She'll have a podcast that's competing with Talk Tua, and it's going to be it's coming. Promise, it's coming. It's coming. Yep. So, do whatever happens. At this point, like Luis said, Bill's got the legacy. He's going to forever be known as one of, if not the greatest coach of all time in football.
Unless we get one of those, hey, coach's wife invited me over for fucking dinner situations, and who are we to say? Even if Bill is a cuck and he's having the fucking linebackers come fucking turn around in his fucking condo, who gives a fuck? That's their life, and of course she's using them. She's a 24-year-old fucking hottie. That's what it is. Every relationship is transactional to a certain degree when it's that thing. But if she's over 24, 25, frontal lobe fully developed, she's on it, So fuck it.
Is she the same one where you had that footage from Bill back in a couple years ago with a Ring camera coming out shirtless? Is that her?
I would imagine it is. They said that they met when she was 19 on a plane coming from somewhere, and they met and I guess hit it off then.
Listen, I want to be able to use the phrase "I'm hard launching my relationship with a 25-year-old at some point in my life." So that's what I want. I want to get to where Bill's at.
Bill doesn't even know what he's posting on social media. He doesn't even know about the
We're
pictures.
Hard launching our relationship. Fuck yeah.
Shout out UNC. What's the over-under on their games this year? Are they winning? I don't know anything about UNC this year except for that. That's it. Like, that's all. I don't know who their quarterback is. I don't know anything, and that's where I feel like the Jordon Hudson stuff came in.
Yeah, I usually try to wait until at least June to take a deeper dive into the teams and their schedules and see what's going on. But, 6.5, I would say, for them this year.
For the love of God, tell me they're playing Colorado at some point. Oh, I would love that.
It's got to happen.
It has to happen this season.
You have Bill Belichick and Deion Sanders.
Oh, and Jordon Hudson. Everybody will be there. Whoever the new Travis Hunter, whoever the new son of Deion is.
No, they don't play.
Damn.
Colorado.
They're just gonna have to meet in the playoff. It'll happen. Don't worry. Oh, back to the wheel. And Adobe, apparently. Let's see what we got next. I love that sound. ASMR.
Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
We don't want that one. The Messi and Miami experience a failure.
I don't watch soccer enough to give you my honest take about that, but I was just about to say I forgot that he was even playing in Miami.
Absolutely not a failure. Just I'll give you the 10-second answer. Absolutely not a failure. Great for fucking MLS. The only thing I don't like about the Messi situation here is that they didn't give San Diego a Messi. Because when I was looking at tickets to go watch the San Diego MLS team, I was like, "Ooh, I want to go when Miami comes so I can see Messi and see Luis Suarez." Nope, inaugural season, we don't get Miami to come out here. So great for MLS, great for soccer in general, great for the greatest player of all time to come into a league like that. So nothing wrong with that.
Messi got that money too. Good deals. A little bit of Apple check. Next up, we have, back to the NFL, I believe. No, where did we go? Why do we need 3 days of NFL schedule releasing? I mean, truly. Why do we need this?
Hey, don't knock foreplay. You're just edging a little bit.
What are we edging to? what are we edging to? Jaguars Titans on Thursday night again?
Are they really doing this 3 days? What do you mean 3 days? How does that even make sense?
Like Scott said with the edging, the big climax is tomorrow when they're going to put out like the full schedules at night, and all the teams' social medias are going to put out like the Chargers will have a new 30-minute anime episode that's about their journey through their schedule or something. And Sylvester Stallone will be announcing like the Commanders' schedule, like some weird, like all that weird stuff. But like, I just want to know. All I want to know: who are we playing week 1? How many primetime games do we have? And then I'll move on. Like, I'm gonna find out the schedule and I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna sit on this for weeks.
All I care about is, are the Jets playing either the Rams or the Chargers close to San Diego so I can go watch them? And they still haven't played at fucking SoFi, so that's the only thing I'll be looking at.
That's it. I know they put out the international games today where I heard the Vikings just got a throttling. on the schedule where they play in Dublin one week and then in London the next week.
Poor souls. But your New York Jets are playing in October in London. So if you can't get to SoFi, just jump on a plane ticket, dude.
That's true. Yeah.
Go to London.
We can take a boat. We'll just do a 3-2-3 boat trip to London.
Get on the Hessmobile. I mean, I'll just call Woody Johnson and see if he'll let me jump on the plane.
I know the Commanders are going to be playing the Dolphins in Madrid, so that's an interesting one. And then Chiefs Chargers, they are opening their season against each other week 1 in Brazil. And
Brazil?
I don't know how I feel about a division rivalry game going international.
Oh, they announced the Chiefs? I just saw they just announced the Chargers. I didn't actually see they dropped the Chiefs are in that game.
Yeah, Chiefs are in that game too. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, it's a good game to get in Brazil. That'll be fun, but I don't know if I like it. The biggest one that people have been talking about is the season opener, and that is Dallas and Philly on that Thursday night opener. They had plenty of options for who to go up, against Philly, in Philly. I think the Chiefs were an option. Lions are an option. Commanders were a big one. And they go with Dallas. I know Dallas sells, but do we think that is really the best option for the season opening game?
No. But I guess if you want to have the Eagles go on there, I guess the Cowboys would be it, because I think we're all in agreement that the Cowboys aren't going to do anything again this year, right? So sell high now. You can still get top dollar for the Cowboys name into a game week 1. Maybe down the line it wouldn't work as prime time, but do that now. You don't want to put Jane Daniels out there week 1 and tarnish that or anything that's going to New York. Like, that's not even going to be a challenge for Philly. So I guess for Philly, it makes the most sense for them to schedule the Cowboys.
For me, it feels like I guess it's exciting for Dallas and Eagles fans because it seems like once they play in November, usually either Jalen Hurts or Dak Prescott, one of them's hurt. So this time you're getting to, Dak should be healthy and ready to go by the season opener. Right. You get all that good stuff. Season opening game feels like a rite of passage for like great teams. So I kind of feel like the NFL is going to hold back on Washington a little bit this year and say like, hey, do it again. If you're as good and fun as you were last year, cool. Next year you're going to get a shit ton of like really fun game slots. But this year, let's feel this out. Let's feel this out if you're real or a contender. I want to see Justin Fields and the Jets play on the season. Let's just get wild with it. Tired of them on Monday night doing all that issue. Oh, we have more days of schedule release. What else do we have on the wheel, though?
I'm really not trying to solve geopolitical conflicts, so can we... Oh, shit.
Oh, you got really close. You got really close. Reid's Mystery Top 5. So this is a new segment that we're going to start doing at some point, which is where you have to guess. You guys are going to have to guess the top 5s here. And, just for the sake of it, let's do the imaging.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the 323's Top 5.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I'm very nervous now because I hadn't looked in this top 5 for a while, and I saw number 5 on there, and it scared me. I was like, wait, what are we talking about for a second? So what I'm going to give you here is I'm going to give you guys the 5. I'm going to give you the list from 5 to 1, and then you each have to guess what the list actually is. What's the list about? What am I possibly talking about? So we'll see who gets the closest here. You two are very competitive. You two are very close in games whenever you two are in the mix here. So we're going to see. At number 5, I have Holocaust movies and slavery movies. Number 4, a puppy getting kicked. Number 3, a full midseason Jaguars-Titans Thursday night game. Number 2, the live-action Snow White. And number 1, a Scott Elia sex tape. What could this top 5 be? Any guesses? Who wants to give a ding?
I'm going to go with top 5 boner killers.
All right. Luis is going with top 5 boner killers. You think a puppy getting kicked is a boner killer? I guess that depends on the person. It's getting me going right now.
Top 5 ways to ruin your evening.
So the top 5 that you got there: Holocaust and slavery movies, a puppy getting kicked, a full midseason Jaguars-Titans Thursday night game, the live-action Snow White, and a Scott Ellia sex tape. These are the top 5 things I'd rather suffer watching than seeing Trump being involved with the Commanders again.
Oh, wow.
What a miserable sight that was. If you're relating it back to football, was seeing Donald Trump help Josh Harris and Roger Goodell announce the new, the Commanders getting the draft, Washington, D.C. getting the NFL draft, and seeing Trump hold a Commanders 47 jersey with his name on it. Oh, my God. Like, we got the new stadium announcement, and then this.
Is that the jersey you actually went to go find today?
I did. I secured it, actually. I'm just nervous to wear it.
Boys, we got him.
Yes. I don't ever want to see that again. I don't ever want to see him involved with this team again.
A second Scott Ellia sex tape has hit the building.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm terrified of it, but I'm also curious. I'm curious how it goes. I'm curious.
Well, we'll put it on Patreon. Put behind a paywall.
A little Shannon Sharp grunting in there or anything?
I was off them spots.
Who's a good Cheryl?
Shannon Sharp noticeably did not make this this wheel.
Did I ever do my Shannon Sharp impression for you guys?
Oh no.
Oh no. Should we do it? Am I scared of it?
I don't know. Basically, when he was on that show, he's like, Skip, LeBron James. I was Skip. That's it. Skip, LeBron James.
It's nerve-wracking, isn't it? Yeah. You're a little scared when you do it.
You know, you never hear his brother in the news. Sterling must be very boring.
Sterling's a goat, man.
Sterling's either very boring or he's just quiet about his shit.
Right? He makes sure his Instagram Live isn't on.
It's going to be Sterling and Skip Bayless on a new podcast.
Oh, God. You know what? Does Skip Bayless have a brother?
Skip?
Can we get that show? Can we get Sterling Sharp and Skip Bayless's brother?
Chip Bayless.
Chip Bayless.
Back to the wheel. What do we have going on here?
Close. His younger brother's name is Rick.
Oh, damn. That is close.
Rick.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
No!
Scott solves the Israel-Palestine conflict. Well, honestly, you know what? I think you just did with the Rick Bayless Sterling Sharp podcast.
Yes.
Can't that bring two nations together?
If that can't, I don't know what will.
I mean, that's what you can do.
Listen, there's been plenty of other white males with overinflated egos trying to fix that situation. I'm not going to be added to them.
Could Derek Carr do it? I think he could. Does Derek Carr make the Hall of Very Good? I mean, so for context, folks, we just got Derek Carr's retirement announcement. We had all these rumors about him wanting a trade request, that, his shoulder injury was a little worse than we thought. This led to the Saints. They drafted Tyler Shuck in the second round, allegedly rolling with Spencer Rattler as the starter. And then there have been little tidbits of rumors of Aaron Rodgers down to New Orleans. Derek Carr finally announced his retirement. Pretty ripe age for a retirement and a pretty decent career on top of it. He's not going to be able to play anymore due to this injury. And I was just truly wondering, obviously Derek Carr is not going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he doesn't sniff the Hall of Famer, but Is he in the Hall of Very Good? And if he's not, who is in the Hall of Very Good?
He's not in the
because
Fresno Hall of Fame. I don't know what
not in the Fresno Hall of Fame. Boy, howdy. Who do you think you're talking about?
Four tough.
right. That's where they went. Fresno, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Does Ryan Tannehill have a better career than Derek Carr?
Ooh. Probably got a hotter wife.
No.
I don't know. I think if I had Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, who I got to pick, I'm probably gonna go Carr of Tannehill.
I'll give you
Carson Palmer.
All right, here's Carr's Carson Palmer is a good one, actually. I think the near Super Bowl appearances probably inched Carson Palmer into the Hall of Very Good. Like, what would your requirements for a Hall of Very Good be? Because for me, it's like it's got to be like at least 4 or 5 Pro Bowls, which only count so much. But a season where you're kind of in MVP consideration, at least one of those. A good postseason campaigns, so a good postseason record of some sort, and pretty
Super Bowl
flashy,
appearance, maybe not a win, but an appearance.
I think a Super Bowl appearance could get you there. Like
Joe Burrow.
Jay Cutler didn't get a Super Bowl appearance, but I think Jay Cutler would be in the Hall of Very Good. But Rex Grossman got to a Super. This is where you got to be careful. Rex Grossman took the Bears to a Super Bowl. And I'm not putting him in the Hall of Very Good. He's in the Hall of Sexy Rexy.
I mean, we all know how I feel about the Cowboys, but I think I'd throw Tony Romo in the Hall of Very Good. I mean, all-time leading passer for the Cowboys for 3 or 4 Pro Bowls. He was always kind of up there. Never could get that, those playoff wins that he ever needed for a deep postseason run. But
I think
I think the Hall of Fame comparison. I think the fact that it's a Hall of Fame sort of. You have to adjust for sport, right? Because I think we all started with the Baseball Hall of Fame, and you have to dominate for 10, 15 years, hit 700 home runs, et cetera, to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame. For football, I think that if you have a peak of like 3 to 5 years, because football careers are so short, peak of 5, we're at some point, you're in a conversation for one of the best of your position at the time, or the best of your position during that time, then you're worthy of Hall of Fame consideration. And I think that, Dan Marino's a Hall of Famer, never won a Super Bowl, probably one of the best of all time. So I think that the Hall of Fame has to count more towards your individual accomplishments than team accomplishments, because it's about how good you were. The other like you said, the Super Bowls and stuff, they're good, but Rex Grossman isn't getting into the Hall of Fame just because he went to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at.
I'm gonna give you a Hall of Very Good inaugural class, right? I'm gonna give you 4 here and tell me if I'm off base. And this is where I'm basing it is these guys are very good, almost dominant, but like they're not going to the Hall of Fame. They're not going to go to the Hall of Fame, but you could also, like, if you're like really drunk, you could probably get into a fight about it. That they make a Hall of Fame bid at some point, like senior eligibility or something. I'm gonna give you. I'm stealing Tony Romo. I'm gonna put Tony Romo in there. Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, and Donovan McNabb. I think that's a Hall of Very Good, and I don't think Derek Carr quite qualifies for that.
One more time.
I'm giving you Tony Romo, Donovan McNabb, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers.
All of them over Derek Carr.
Yes. Yeah, I think they're Hall of Very Good, and I don't think Carr qualifies for that.
I take Chad Pennington over Derek Carr.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Huh.
I'd like that shout. I'd support that.
I like that. Alex Smith. We take Alex Smith over Derek Carr?
Not Alex Smith.
Really?
Mark Sanchez.
Not Mark Sanchez. I take Chad Pennington, but not Mark Sanchez.
What about
Kirk Cousins?
Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia over Derek Carr. Kirk Cousins?
Kirk? Ooh, what time's the game? 1 o'clock? Yes. Prime time 8:30? No.
I'll cap off Derek Carr's stats in the NFL, like his full thing here. He made 4 Pro Bowls, which of course, again, you can't go off of that. I think some of those he like filled in. He finished his career with 41,000 yards, 41,245 yards, a 92.8 passer rating, and 257 touchdowns to 112 interceptions. That's a Hall of Famer in like the 70s. That's like a Hall of Famer in the 70s or 80s. But like I think nowadays, excuse me, I think you're going to get every quarterback now probably should finish their career with 40,000 passing yards.
Just based off the play style now. But yeah.
Right. Just how heavy it is. So
I would take Jake Delhomme.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Really?
Jake Delhomme over Derek Carr.
What about David Garrard? Take David Garrard over him?
Oh, no. I miss David Garrard. I thought David Garrard was going to have like a late
Jake
Hall of Fame
Delhomme. I'm taking Jake Delhomme over Derek Carr. I said it.
We got Jake Delhomme.
Now it's just turning into a game named that who can name the most just out of the left field quarterback.
Out of left field quarterback who's still like good. Who's still like somebody that could get you a sneaky win here. Oh, damn.
Jake Delhomme's 50.
Jake Delhomme might win this. Jake Delhomme might win that whole
Jake Delhomme corollary.
Matt Hasselbeck.
Ooh. Tim?
Super Bowl winner.
Ooh, Tim.
Tim Hasselbeck?
Tim Hasselbeck. Yeah.
No.
No. Brian Greasy.
Brian Greasy, Chicago or Dolphins? No, I mean Brian Greasy.
Broncos, Brian Greasy.
Right. Broncos, am I right? No, Derek Carr.
Jason Campbell.
Derek Carr.
Mark Brunell.
The lefty.
Yeah. Now I'm going through just Redskins quarterbacks of the.
I'll give you another Mark Bolger.
Oh.
Derek
Carr.
Jay Cutler.
Kerry Collins.
Huh? Jared Collins? Terry Collins?
Kerry Collins.
Terry Collins, ex-Mets manager? Terry Collins.
Terry Collins and Kerry Collins like the same age during Kerry Collins' career.
Oh, Kerry Collins? No, Derek Carr.
Boomer Esiason.
Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, Boomer. Yeah.
Went to a Super Bowl.
Andy Dalton.
Ooh. Handy Dalton?
Handy Dalton. Yeah. Handy.
What his wife ask him when he gets home?
Handy Dalton?
Handy Dalton? Yes, please.
David Carr.
David Carr could have been a Hall of Famer.
Could've.
I stand on this. He had a awful O-line with Houston. Awful setting that he got put into.
On a future top five wasted Hall of Fame potential.
Ooh.
Or
David Carr can still sling it. They showed him like outpassing Dak Prescott at like one of those little events.
I can see it. He just turned into Uncle Rico.
Let me ask you this: if you could have him at college for 3 years as a starter, you got to sign him up right now. Are you taking Arch or are you taking Peyton's kid?
Ooh.
You saw Peyton's kid out there chucking it.
Ooh.
What's Peyton's kid's name?
Peyton's kid.
Peyton's kid.
He said the name. It's Peyton's kid.
I'm gonna say Patty May.
Oh, I think
Gunner.
I think Peyton's son just won. His name is Marshall.
Oh,
that's
Marshall Manning.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Peyton Manning's kid, Marshall Manning. That's a Hall of Famer.
And listen, Conspiracy Lou needs to address this Derek Carr thing as well, because there's a very clear Arch Manning play. Very clear Arch Manning play. Not to keep it quiet, draft a shitty quarterback, not take Shador, all this other stuff. Oh, we don't need to draft another quarterback because we got Derek Carr. Oh, he's going to be fine after the draft, so they don't get shit for it. Then they say, oh, Derek Carr's retiring. Oh, we're so sad. We're going to do an open competition and suck a lot of balls this year. Down in Lake Pontchartrain. We're going to suck a lot of ass, and we're going to suck for Arch. And we're going to talk Arch into coming out after just 1 year as a starter, because it might lower his draft stock since he's only going to have 1 year as a college starter as opposed to 2 or 3. And hopefully they can get him in the first round and complete the Manning circle in New Orleans.
Arch it up for Arch.
Yeah, I think if Arch has a really great year at Texas this year, he could easily come out. I'm still on the boat of him being in there for 2 years, more specifically because Grant Nussmeier, the current starting quarterback for LSU, his dad's the OC in New Orleans. So I could easily see them doing that. And then that's another Band-Aid on the situation to suck for another year and then get Arch in 2 years.
And the Mannings are notoriously like Peyton could have come out when the Jets had the number 1 pick, said, no, I'm staying in college for another year.
Yep.
Went back in, Eli, so the incentive, I think from the family perspective, that's where they're from, that whole thing could be definitely.
Well, there's another team out there that could be definitely QB needy in about 2 years, and they're playing primetime Thursday against the Eagles. So 2 years from now, maybe see Arch Manning with the 5-pointed star on the side of his helmet.
I was going to close it out with conspiracy Reid, just throwing out there. New Orleans can want him as much as they want, and it's going to wind up being the Dallas Cowboys who just have – Dallas is just going to get the number 1 pick with a 1.8% chance of landing it.
You're saying Dallas is the LA Lakers of the NFL?
No, they're the Dallas Mavericks of the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But they could be the Lakers. Maybe they're a combination of them. Some form.
I would say the Cowboys are the NFL.
Since you mentioned the Mavericks, so how bad do you have to suck at your job for you have to come out and make a statement? This is actually something that was on CBS Sports right now. It says Mavericks plan to draft Duke's Cooper Flag at number 1 after surprise lottery win. Won't trade the pick. How fucking sucky do you have to be at your job that you have to put out because everybody's like, wait, oh my God, they got so lucky. Collusion, definitely rigged, 1,000% rigged, right? And then they're like, and then everybody's thought process goes from that to like, oh wait, that's Nico. Oh wow, wait, what if he trades the pick? What if he doesn't draft Cooper? Oh no, he does love defense. Defense builds championship. He could go for and then they're like, no, guys, we're going to draft Cooper Flag. What the fuck has anybody ever put out that statement? You know?
I mean, it's rough. I had the question: did Nico Harrison win? Did he win with that? With that lottery ball going in his favor?
Did Adam Sandler win at the end of Uncut Gems?
Always take a long shot. Cooper Flag could do the funniest thing ever and say, no, I'm going back to Duke for another year. And he just doesn't even come out for the draft.
Hey, if the Celtics suck for a year, he would love he could have been the first person that was like, no, I want to go play in Boston.
Well, isn't he from New England? Isn't he from Maine or something?
He's a Celtics fan. That's
what yeah.
Well, you know what? Funny enough, because the wheel while we were just over here, it landed on his Jayson Tatum overrated, but then it corrected itself to what happens to the Celtics now that Jayson Tatum has been injured. He's got a torn Achilles, and like you just said, we're at the point a torn Achilles for your superstar, arguably the third best player in the NBA right now, with Jayson Tatum, and of course, he's at a young enough age that he can come back from this. But is he going to look the same whenever he comes back? And at this point in the postseason, you're probably not going to see Tatum next year. You're probably not going to see him, suit up for the Celtics next season. Maybe if it's into a playoff run. But is this a blow it up type of situation for the Celtics? Because they're down 3-1 to the Knicks right now. If they made a 3-game spree and took you all out without Tatum, Luis, that's a crusher. That would kill. And they're a good team, but without Tatum and just falling apart a little bit like this, and they're going to get a little older, is this it for the Celtics? Is this the end of any talk of a dynasty?
All right. Number 1, we had the game won before Tatum got hurt.
It's true. Right. People forget that.
Number 1, the game was over before Tatum got hurt. Okay. Number 2, thoughts and prayers. Number 3,
that's
number 3. Those are the words you say.
Okay.
Hey, that's on my family crest. Do you know who I am?
Are those not the words?
Those are T's and P's. Yes.
Yeah, all right. That's what people say. I'm sorry. Number 3, you got to remember when Ballmer bought the Clippers, he wrote a check. He's like $2.7 billion. Boom, there you go. But when other people buy teams, it's sometimes a leverage. It's a leverage buy, right? They bought the Celtics at the top of the market. They bought the Celtics right after winning the championship, right after signing $300 million extensions with 2 players, right? So they sold high, they bought high. It's a leverage play. The bill's going to come due. So if you lose Tatum for a year at least, and you're like, is he going to be diminished? I would honestly, if I was Boston, I would try to trade him to Dallas for the number 1 pick and get Cooper Flag to Boston. I would just say buy, dude, just buy, sell him. Injured Tatum, Achilles reconstruction, 1 year out for the number 1 pick. That's what I would do, and do Cooper, Jalen Brown, get rid of Porzingis, stuff like that. But so there is a chance, based on his recovery, that they could say, "Fuck it, we got in high. We need to make some money. We need to cut costs." And say, "Listen, Tatum's going to be out for a year. We're going to get rid of all this other surplus things and just sort of suck for a year, rebuild, retool, etc." So you could see a fire sale.
Cooper Flag in Boston. Just the thought of that is a nightmare. It's a nightmare scenario. But I could see not necessarily that, but I could see the just fire sale rebuild part needing to happen, because this is a tremendously shitty thing to happen.
But listen, Porzingis gets healthy. Game 5, they still had fucking Jalen Brown, who can be all world and was taking a backseat to Tatum. So by no means is this did I say anything about this series being over? Okay. Jalen Brunson is a dog, and Tatum was carrying them. But without Tatum, you got to go into Ewing theory. It's what they talk about, like the year that Ewing got hurt and the Knicks made it to the finals. Sometimes you lose your best player, everybody else steps up. Porzingis they fucking give him one of those fucking Kobe injections or some shit. He might be ready for Game 5 in Boston. Jalen can go for 40 if he has to. He might be like, a fuck it. I'm going to show you guys I'm not, 2A or 2B, but 1B. I know that I said it, that we were built for this because of our wings. Cat's still a disappointment. So in my opinion, if we could somehow flip Cat for Giannis or anybody, Cat for Giannis, what the fuck? Can we get a little force somebody to trade us a thing like the Lakers? We're the fucking New York Knicks. Can you force Milwaukee to trade us fucking Giannis for Cat and then give fucking Milwaukee like the number 1 pick like in 2 years or something? What? Is it just LA that gets the fucking special privilege? So yeah, I'm still scared shitless. I want to, and then Indiana or Cleveland. Indiana's fucking scares the fuck out of me. Just from remembering the Knicks Pacers series from the 90s. So if we get past Boston, it's going to be a fucking battle. But the difference will be that when the Knicks played the Pacers last year, they were down to like 4 players. Brunson was hurt. OG, everybody was out. Every fucking person was out. Everybody got hurt at the end of the Hart, OG. We didn't have Bridges. So I think that it's going to be a better battle, and we just got to get one more fucking game.
You ask for this forced trade. You ask for this from the NBA gods and the rigging. You're not getting Giannis. You're going to get Tyrese Halliburton slipping in Tracy Morgan's puke courtside and tearing his ACL, and you're going to like it. That's what you're getting. If I can talk, maybe not to the excitedly confident Knicks fan, but if I could talk to the somewhere deep in there, the somewhat scared, somewhat fearful Knicks fan, It's just in there, a little traumatized from the past. Some triggers in there. Was that
I feel
fan?
like we're in the movie
was that
Split right now.
Was that fan fist pumping when they saw Jayson Tatum going down?
Oh, fuck. Absolutely. I mean, I think that we all have to battle the toxic segments of our fan base, right? And as a Knicks, Jets, Mets fan, I have what's the example of the fucking Mets fan? It's that fat fuck from Barstool. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think?
Frank,
whatever the fuck that dumbass's name is. Hey Dave, I got a better Mets fan right here. Let's go to Barstool, guy. The 323 on Barstool. Would you guys take it? Would you guys sign up?
I mean, what position are we to say no?
Right. Who am I to tell Dave Portnoy no?
We can tell him to fuck off all we want, but it's in love, Dave.
Can we get a little variety on Barstool? Come on, let's get us.
Look at
us
this.
on Barstool. Yeah,
we'll still give you white, and we'll give you plenty else.
A little menagerie.
He just solved Israel Palestine.
You're welcome, Dave.
And I'm a New York fan, but I'm honest about my Boston takes too.
Yeah, we'll try pizza with Dave. Shit, first taste with Dave. He's gonna take that now. I can't tag him in the shit.
There we go.
Everybody knows the rules.
That won't happen. Oh my God, we forgot about the wheel. Where are we on the wheel now with only so little time left in the show? Ooh. Right when we were looking for any rigging or anything. Is Jalen Brunson the best New York Knick ever, Luis? This has been a topic for Mets fans and New Yorkers. They've been so excited about Jalen Brunson and like getting extremely hyped. And Scott, I don't know how you feel about Jalen Brunson, but this is a dude
love him.
I'm loving watching him. One of the most clutch, exciting players to watch. And even though he's one of the smaller dudes on the court, you have absolute fear if you're the opposing team or opposing fans that this dude's going to crush you. So, Luis, where does he rank all time on your Knicks?
All right. So it's interesting because I've had a conversation with Knicks fans, and my generation of Knicks fans is the Ewing, John Starks, Oakley Knicks of the 90s. But I think that lost to the Rockets, Olajuwon, Starks 0 for 16, the famous game that was played at the same time the OJ Bronco chase, all that history, right? I also really love the Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Marcus Camby Knicks that made it to the finals versus the Spurs in that strike season. And I think those are my two teams. So a lot of my favorite Knicks are from those teams, but I also am respectful of Bernard King, Walt Clyde Frazier, Willis Reed, David Buescher, Earl Monroe. Those are the biggest. And then Brunson, and then Melo's years, really no success playoff wise, just him scoring 60 at the fucking Garden and going, 60 points, 1 assist or some shit like that. And Melo's a fucking GOAT, but I don't think he's one of my favorite Knicks of all time. So Brunson, recency bias aside, he's out here killing, chopping down fucking giants, man, chopping down Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, chopping down fucking feisty Detroit team last year, beating teams. So he's a great shot maker. He's got a little bit of that. He's like a clutch James Harden. He's like an actual clutch James Harden. And I'm a huge fan, but I think as opposed to the Hall of Fame career, if I'm ranking the greatest Knicks of all time, how can I not give you somebody that won a championship? The rest is the other one isn't my favorite Knick. But if are we talking about the greatest of all time or my favorite? Because my favorite Knick is Matt Fish. He played for 5 days when Patrick Ewing got fucking hurt one year in 1995. And I've always wanted a Matt Fish jersey. But shit, that's my favorite Knick. But are we talking about the greatest of all time? I am still he's in the conversation. He's 100% in the conversation. But I still think Patrick Ewing, Specifically Bernard King and Clyde Frazier. I think Clyde Frazier is probably the greatest Knicks of all time, just because of his style, what he meant to the city, the franchise, that he's still doing the Knicks games, that his fucking outfits. So I still pull him, Ewing at the top, Bernard King. Brunson's in the top 3 to 5 right now for me. Along with like I said, Ewing, Frazier, Bernard King, and probably Melo if you're ranking players in the significance. But then I would put those as my top 5, and then probably like Oakley, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Anthony Mason, Willis Reed, Dave DeBusschere, and Earl Monroe. That would be my Knicks 12. And then if we had like two-way contracts and the taxi squad, that's where I would have Starks, Marcus Camby, Amari Stoudemire, who had a really good, until they ran his knees into the ground that season, and Jeremy Lin, just because of his impact too. So that's the Knicks take.
I'm glad you brought him up, because I was going to ask, where does this compare to Linsanity? Like, just if you're just putting a little moment of time into a capsule, was Linsanity as insane for you as it seemed like it was for like us on the outside?
I think Linsanity was regular season, and Linsanity is more about how the Garden on a Thursday night can be a better place than like any other stadium on a Friday night or on a Tuesday night. A New York fan base can turn just an opponent's, an opponent having a hot night against the Knicks on a random night can become an event because it's at the Garden, because it's at the Mecca. So I'm sorry, I forgot what we're talking about. Oh,
that was it. Basically, Linsanity. Is Linsanity
So Linsanity was more about that. Linsanity was more about the moment and where it was happening. This guy comes off the bench, starts scoring points, starts winning games. So it was more of like a city, like a thing, like, man, this is the type of things that can happen here. We can turn something like this into like a big moment because of where it's happening. If that would happen in Milwaukee or San Antonio, it would be like, this guy from San Antonio just, blah, blah, blah. This, unlikely hero, blah, blah, blah. But it happened in New York with the Knicks, in that city, with that crowd that can turn even an opponent's best day, into an event. As opposed to the sustained I think the thing about the Knicks fans is that Brunson is making us feel okay to think we're good again. I think Brunson brought back a lot of swagger to Knicks fans because Melo scored a lot of points, but we didn't have a lot of success. Brunson scores points, and he's clutch. And you feel like literally right now, it's like, we just, the entire Knicks process is like, we just need to be down by at some point, we're going to be down by 20. It doesn't matter. We just need to be within like 15 in the fourth, and we're good. And I think the fact that he has Knicks fans feeling like that says more about that. And it's been a sustained time. So it's like, fuck, we're good. We had, like, I literally felt comfortable saying we are built for this. We have the closer, we have the wings, we can match up against anybody. So I think that is the biggest difference between that. It's a more extended time, and it's a different feeling.
I want to test Luis here. I'm gonna test him in currency, because I'm glad that you didn't put like Brunson at number 1 all time.
I was trying to understand where the Bargnani hate was coming from. Why is he on the list?
I want to test his Brunson loyalty, and you can jump in here at any point, Scott, with any names as you see me going down this list.
Okay.
We're going to play a little game with you, Luis. The game is called "What Would Luis Martinez Trade Jalen Brunson For?" Straight up.
Okay.
And this isn't just a who. This is a what would you trade him for? Like this.
Am I getting this, or are the Knicks getting this?
This is you're getting this for New York.
I'm getting this for New York. All right,
yes,
New York is getting this. I'm the proxy of New York.
Yes. So, all right, you're first on the list here. Would you trade Jalen Brunson for Miami Heat star Bam Adebayo?
No.
Okay. It's an easy one. Would you trade him for LeBron James?
No.
Hmm.
Too old.
Would you trade him for Giannis Antetokounmpo, who we've heard is now considering a trade out of Milwaukee? He's not asking for it quite yet, but it's on the table. That's the latest news.
No, his game's not going to translate to him being old. So, no.
All right.
Would you trade him for Bronny?
Think about it.
Would you trade him for Luka?
Sorry?
Would you trade him for Luka Doncic?
Fat Luka at the Garden?
As I say, he's not going to be with LeBron, who I think LeBron's going to force him to get fit.
I would have to trade him for Luka.
Would you trade him for Paolo Pinchero?
No.
Would you trade him for Cade Cunningham?
No.
Ooh. Would you trade him for Nikola Jokic?
Greatest center of all time.
No.
Would
Joker's not as committed.
Would you trade him for Lamar Jackson on the Jets?
Would I trade him for Lamar Jackson on the Jets? Oh man.
So
we got Justin Fields.
Okay.
we got a homeless man's version of Lamar right now. What are you talking about?
Would you trade him for Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid on the Jets?
No.
Not fat Andy. Would you trade him for world peace?
Yes, I would trade him for world peace.
So you would trade Jalen Brunson for meta world peace.
That's
crazy.
Man.
That's how Nico Harrison gets you.
Come back to Queens, homie.
The last one I got, would you trade him for Anthony Edwards? Would you trade him for Ant-Man?
Yes.
It's fair.
And Luka. That's about it.
And world peace.
And world peace.
And world peace.
And an end to the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Well, we already got that. We got to get Rick Bayless on board, though.
Yeah, we already solved that issue.
I'm sorry.
Our people will get in contact with his people.
I would trade him. I would trade him for a podcast on Barstool.
Would you trade him for prime white mamba Brian Scalabrine?
Oh! Yes. Scalabrine, man.
Favorite player.
Scalabrine can beat anybody off the world. Scalabrine can beat anybody in the world off the dribble except the people in the NBA. Imagine how much that sucks. You can beat anybody in the world in basketball in the entire planet except like the 250 people that you work with. Those are the only people that you can't beat at basketball.
I'm going to take an option. What do you got?
I was going to say, there's always, one appetizer at a function that nobody wants to go touch. And he's just that guy. Oh, Janice brought her fucking Jell-O loaf again. I don't want that.
Fucking Kathy brought Brian Scalabrine.
Oh, she has cats. I can see the hair on Tupperware.
I'm going to take an option away from the wheel and ask just straight up, where should Giannis Antetokounmpo go? Should he go anywhere or should he just stay in Milwaukee?
If I'm Giannis, I'm staying in Milwaukee and just playing out the contract. But if I'm Milwaukee, I'm trading him to the Nets.
I think he should go to the Knicks for Carl Anthony Towns.
He should go to the Knicks for a please and thank you.
Right.
Janice. What was it taking?
Fuck it, send him to the Wizards for the 6th overall pick. I'll ride with that now.
Why not?
Why not? Giannis and Jordan Poole. Who stops us? Tatum? Ha! Not anymore.
Not with that Achilles.
No. Would you take Cooper Flag or Giannis?
On a win now team, Giannis, because like I said, Giannis is not a shooter, and I don't know when he hits his mid to late 30s how much longer he's going to be this fucking machine, you know. He's not like LeBron. He doesn't have the passing and the shooting to sort of compensate when he's not as physically able. I mean, he could still continue to be a beast. So if I'm in a win now team, if I'm Houston, if I'm OKC, if I'm if I'm any of these teams, I fucking get Giannis at all costs. But anybody else, like, the fuck is Miami want Giannis for? Just so they can sell jerseys? Because it's with Giannis and Tyler Hero are gonna win you what? Like, what do you gotta have to give them everything and Tyler Hero to get Giannis back? What? Why would Milwaukee take anything less than Bam and Tyler? So it's Giannis and the fucking the people at the Pornhub arena. I mean, what the fuck? What were they gonna call? They were right. Remember Brazzers Arena? They were trying to buy the arena rights. Like, why? That's the most Miami thing. Let me ask you this: would I trade Brunson for GTA getting released on time on the 26th? Absolutely, absolutely.
I saw somebody put up. They said you get GTA, you got it. It's loading up. It's at 97%, 97% download. And then all of a sudden, the emergency broadcast system comes over your TV. World War III is beginning.
No!
That's why you get the physical disc. This is when you guys are all fucked, because when the grid goes down and you can't access your movie, and I have my generator at my house and I got a DVD player with like 8,000 movies, you're going to be like, you are a god.
Please.
Why do you think I got the disc version for the PS5? I'm prepared. Other people, they got their vaults and stuff ready. Not me, man. I got my Blu-rays. I'm ready to go. Yeah. All right. Let's crush this wheel. Let's crush this wheel in record time.
All right, let's do it.
We're hitting them rapid fire.
Hope.
Oh, this is easy. Jordan or LeBron? Let's solve this one like Israel Palestine.
Jordan.
Kobe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Kobe Jordan is a better comparison than, I always said LeBron is more up for like greatest athlete of all time. I put him closer to like Muhammad Ali in terms of like at least his civil involvement as opposed to Jordan. But if we're talking GOAT, LeBron versus Kobe, and Michael, it's going to be Michael every time. Kobe 2, LeBron 3 for me.
If we're talking Jordon Hudson versus LeBron James Jr., I think Jordon Hudson just has a lot more on her resume right now with what she's doing at UNC and Bill Belichick. So I got to take her over Bronny.
I would also.
Next up on the wheel, we have retiring jersey numbers in sports. God. Yay or nay? This has been a big thing because Luther Burden III over with the Bears, they asked him, why'd you take the jersey number 87? And he said, he said there was nothing else left. They have 14 numbers retired in Chicago. How do you all feel about retiring numbers in sports?
I'm for it if it makes sense. Like if the player was like super like pivotal like throughout their whole career with a franchise, like they didn't jump teams all the time. They were there historically through their whole career in one place. They did something, impactful for the community or in the area, not having a career record for an institution of 13-11 for just 7,000 yards and 60 touchdowns. And you get drafted in the 5th round, but hey, you still got your number retired because you threw to a Heisman winning wide receiver and defensive back. But no shade here to the Sanders clan. But no, I think you have to be more strict as far as your decision-making process with whose numbers you're retiring.
It's very easy for like the Pirates not really organization. It depends on the organizations. New organizations are not going to, the Arizona Diamondbacks are not going to have a problem with that. The Pittsburgh Pirates might, the Jacksonville Jaguars aren't going to have a problem with that. The Chicago fucking Bears, yeah, absolutely, because the Chicago Bears have had fucking hundreds of really good players. I think the solution is not to stop retiring players. It's just to let people use retired numbers players. Where, what the fuck, you're a quarterback. You're using 16 for the Niners. Oh, no, you're Joe Montana. No, I'm wearing Joe Montana's number. Retire the numbers, but let players wear them.
See, I have a question. Do player maybe to offset that the retired player has to pay the franchise some kind of fee every season to keep their number retired? And make it crazy. Make it a crazy number.
So then the estate starts paying it?
Yep. You got to pay me. You got to pay $50 million a year for us to keep your number retired.
So MLB retired Jackie Robinson's number, right? The only players that were allowed to keep using it were people that were already using the number at the time they got retired. So It's the question of what and then the Trump administration wants to unretire the 42. We need to use it. We need more numbers for baseball players. None of this DEI. But is that a thing of should other teams, because the Dodgers obviously had it retired, should other teams let people wear the number so that people say, oh, that's Jackie Robinson's number, and, versus we hold these things sacred. We used to hold these things more sacred. I think it just talks more about the evolution of society and what we hold in esteem. Some of that's good, but a little bit's just overkill. And celebrate it instead of retire it. That would be my idea.
For me, I hate giving the Dallas Cowboys credit, but they do exactly what I think Luis was talking about earlier of they'll take numbers out of the rotation, but they will give them to, somebody who they think is going to be, a young player, a young up and coming player that they think can live up to it. It's what you see with 88 all the time, from 88 going from Dorsett to Irvin to Des Bryant to CeeDee Lamb. These are numbers that live on. 94. We haven't seen 22 go back into the rotation yet for Emmitt Smith, or 12 for Roger Staubach, but there are some that are just so higher upper echelon that, why not? Why not? You put them out. It's the Raiders don't retire jerseys for shit. You can be a legend. That shit's on a practice squad player the next 2 weeks later.
That's because they're not for real.
Yeah, they're not for real. The Bears, meanwhile, if you're gonna retire numbers, I think if not doing the estate, let's put an estate into make a estate choose whether they go into bankruptcy or keep their great grandfather's legacy alive on a team. I think why not a 25 or 30 year max on a jersey retirement, right? It shouldn't get to the point where you got Luther Burden looking at numbers and who is this dude that has this number that I want? You should be able to know it. And
either that or we got to go to 3 digits.
Something. Ooh.
Or just emojis.
Add a digit, man. He hate me.
Right.
I'm looking at the Bears retired.
I just want to get a football jersey that says thanks on the back of
it. I'm looking at the Bears retired numbers right now. Who do you think was the most recent person to have their number?
Lance Briggs.
Saying Dick Butkus and Lance Briggs. Lance Briggs' number is not retired. Dick Butkus, his last played in 1973. Technically, he is the most current player to have their number retired. George Halas, the head coach, owner, founder, they have the number 7 retired for him.
They haven't retired Walter Payton?
They do have Paytons. They do have Sweetness.
Probably Gale Sayers is on there too, right? I'm just trying to figure out what number Luther Burden was looking for, because Dicka was 89?
Damn, I was so... Yeah, Walter Payton was the most recent. Already wrong. Bronco Nagurski from 1930 to 1937. Number 3 is retired.
Butkus. You want to blow a 7-year-old's fucking head? Tell them, there's a football player named Dick Butkus. They'll go insane.
You know what I just realized?
I love Brian Pickle.
Because Bronco Nagurski was number 3 for the Browns, or for the Bears, and that's what he had for Mizzou.
Oh, Bears.
And they're not giving you Bronco Nagurski's number.
Sid Luckman, quarterback and defensive back and punter. Yeah, you should have your number retired. Those were the days.
Brian Piccolo, he was the guy who had cancer, and he was on the Brian song. That's a Brian song movie.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I love Brian Piccolo.
Halloween idea.
You and me as Brian Piccolo and Kale Sayers.
I'll shave my head and everything, man.
Let's do it. Luis rants about politics for a minute and a half. Ooh boy.
Should we put a timer up?
We have to put the timer up. I wonder if I have the old sound on here.
You have to.
Oh, the scary stuff. Oh, well, we'll give him 30 seconds. Scott, if you want to start the time, and I think I can find this.
You're giving me 30 seconds?
We're going to start you with 30 seconds, and then I got a minute of sound to hit you with. To keep you scared, keep you on your toes, all of that good stuff.
All right. You said 30 seconds?
Yeah, just go ahead and do the minute 30, and then warn me at a minute.
All right. And go.
All right, guys. So we're going to talk about good things being good and bad things being bad. It is okay for you to have arguments with people about like shit that's going on in politics, but it's okay also to say, hey, man, if Trump actually raises taxes on people making over $1 million, it's a good thing. We're not here to say no matter what somebody does because of their affiliation, we're going to go against it. It doesn't matter who the president is. Things affect us universally. So keep that in mind. Also, this is a transactional
1 minute remaining.
Transactional administration. So is it okay that he's getting a $450 million airplane from the Middle East? Yes, if it allows him to then view Arabs and people from the Middle East as people because of the bribe. I don't care how many airplanes they give him. It's good. So remember, it's a transactional president. So we all need to do is get a bunch of Latino and Mexican countries together and give them some sort of nice big bribe. Let's buy something for Trump. It's a transactional president. So if we raise enough money, I'm pretty sure he
30 seconds.
He will stop deporting people, black bagging people, and attacking judges. I told you he was gonna fucking start arresting judges, Reid. I told you that was next. Stephen Miller's a fucking demon. He can go fuck himself with 8,000 dildos in hell.
That's 10 seconds. Anything else?
I got 10 seconds?
You have 10
okay.
seconds to say anything.
No, you got 5. Whatever you want.
Homies don't let their friends become red pilled.
1.
I did want to tell you guys about that. Sorry.
Patriotism.
That was my political rant.
I couldn't hear you.
What'd you think? All right. So can I give you guys a bonus thing here? Recently I realized that one of my really close friends has been red pilled. This is like a really, really close friend of mine, and he started slowly sending me like these fresh and fit clip equivalents of like these videos about 90% of women that are married are, so he's basically going down the divorce dad red pill pipeline, present company excluded. I hope, Scott.
What's wrong with divorced dad?
But yeah,
my eyes never shot faster to the screen.
So he started sending me like these clips of these videos, and he's like, I'm just realizing that, women are diabolical and blah, 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 and this other stuff and all this shit. And I was just like, all right, dude. And finally I had to tell him, like, when he sent me like the 8th fucking reel, I was like, dude, stop sending me this shit. I was like, you're going down I was like, on the podcast, we make fun of red pill, Manosphere, Andrew Tate dudes. Like, yeah, sometimes women suck. Sometimes women are toxic. But if you're going to sit here and just blame everything you ever have on that and say, start making these generalizations, it's dumb. I'm going to tell you, oh, you just do you, brother. You're blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, dude, I'm your friend. And friends don't let you. So basically, if you are, because primarily it's a sports audience, right? So if you have a friend and they start going down this fucking toxic fucking path, they start listening to Fresh and Fit or all these other podcasts where they try to do these false equivalencies when they have like porn stars on and be like, so if you don't date a man, then how come a man is not supposed to care that you're not a virgin at 36? Like, all this shit is fucking stupid. And it's not going to lead you down a good path. So friends don't let friends become red pilled. All you have to do is when your friends start saying stupid ass shit like that, just tell them straight up, this is our role. Okay? Things don't change unless we change them. And I know I'm older than you guys, but when I grew up, like sometimes you would have, older dudes that would say some creepy ass shit, and each generation starts looking at the previous one. I was like, damn. I remember fucking creepy ass dudes would be like, yeah, what you do is you meet a girl when she's like 15, 16, and you just start talking to her, and you just like, hell, do this and blah blah blah. And then by the time I'm like, all right, so now we know that's what grooming is, right? But at the time you're like, oh god damn, what? So when you see your friends doing that shit, when you see your friends starting down that path, sending you these reels, blah blah blah, you just gotta tell them, dude, we're friends, but if I was doing something stupid, you would stop me, right? Yeah. So what you're doing, it's stupid. I just need you to know that. Stop sending me that shit. And that's really all we can do. Let them know what they're doing is stupid. Let them, and then say, I'm cool with you, you're friends, but just don't send me any. I'm not in that. That's not for me. I like pussy. So anyway.
What a way to end the rant.
Me and Bill Belichick, you know.
And side note, while you were talking, I took a glimpse at the ticker below you, and I just now realized that the ticker has become sentient.
There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening.
What is happening?
What's going on here?
The ticker also likes pussy. You know what? I was gonna end the show on Pope Leo versus one gorilla, but like that is a fantastic way to roll out here, because I think there needs to be more podcasts, especially like these male hosted podcasts that take on this manosphere bullshit and take on all this toxic stuff. Of course, we say stupid shit. Listen earlier to us talking about Bill Belichick and everything that's going on with him and Jordon Hudson, but at the same time, like this shit that you see with these Andrew Tates and all this, like I work with kids and you can start to see it. It's been like this for years, but you can start to see it with like the fifth graders and these fifth grade boys and middle school boys who like see this stuff on social media and see it on TikTok, and it's terrifying and it's scary. There's a really good show on Netflix called Adolescence. It's a mini series on there and does a fantastic approach into how the manosphere bullshit kind of like corrupts these young boys' minds and everything. And it is bullshit, plain and simple. Like, all of that stuff is bullshit, and it is a duty of ours to keep attacking it and to keep calling them on it. It is dumb, it's toxic, all that same stupid shit. You can blame whoever you want for how your life has gone, but look in the mirror first. If you can't take accountability, don't know what to tell you, bro. Don't know what to tell you. So finally, to close the show out, instead of Wizard's Tears.
So I can't blame my ex-wife for anything anymore?
We'll make an exception. This one. This one. There we go.
We'll do a carve out for Scott.
Yes.
Scott carve out.
You got grandfather
at the end of the rule.
Yeah.
Like I'm in my divorce dad phase. What the fuck are you talking about, Lou?
I can't fucking ride around blasting John Mayer anymore and saying "fuck you, Voldemort." It's not gonna work. Pope Leo versus a gorilla. Who wins?
Woke Pope.
Woke Pope.
With the power of God and anime on his side, I'm going with Pope Leo.
Pope.
He's got anime on his side?
He looks like he'd watch anime. He seems like the guy.
He's the Pope.
Write him a letter.
He is.
What's better? What should his name be? The Pope, or should it be Woke Pope?
Pope?
He's the Pope. I mean, we have to get, like, whenever he makes his, like, you know, the Pope always makes a visit to the U.S. He's got to come on like some sports radio show and have the Pope giving some hot takes.
Crunchyroll.
Like, it'll be fantastic stuff. He can go on the show with Rick Bayless and Sterling Sharp. What are we gonna call it? Uncontested. I like that instead of undisputed.
I like it.
Skip.
Oh, guys, we got to so much. I'm so excited that we got to all of this on here, and we don't have to talk about the Wizards going into another decade of misery because they somehow, I was expecting a top 3 pick in the draft lottery, and that rigged shit gave me the 6th pick in a draft that doesn't have that much good shit. And who are we going to trade for? That's going to join Jordan Poole. I'm stuck with Jordan Poole now for years. And the Caps lost.
It's okay. I'm a de facto Magic fan, so I don't have anything else to root for.
Even the Magic are fun. I got Brian Keefe. And I thought it was Brian Keefe, and I thought it was just the sports radio host who had a speech impediment, but his name is actually Brian Keefe. That's my head
trade
coach.
The number 6 pick for John Morant?
Yes.
For Zion.
I mean, why wouldn't I want to have another couple years of like Gilbert Arenas, of like retro Gilbert Arenas type with John Morant?
Imagine he just wears first day.
Just give him 0.
He takes down Gilbert's. You guys retired Gilbert Arenas jersey, right?
I don't think we did after everything that went down.
He's ceremony. Better yet, he puts one up and then he takes it down and he puts Gilbert Arenas jersey on. Comes out with the fucking finger guns.
He puts it up and then he shoots it down. Like, that's the way to get it out.
John Morant was born to be a wizard. Make it happen, man, for the 6th pick.
He's what's going to contest Trump as Trump's trying to clean up DC. We're gonna get John Morant. Gilbert Arenas is coach.
I mean, if you think about it, he's like a John Wall Gilbert Arenas hybrid. You know?
That's true. He'd be fun as hell. Of course I would take. Yeah, I'd take that. Give me the 6th pick. Yeah. Give him the 6th pick and I don't know, who do we have? Rui Hachimura? No, he's with the Lakers now. I don't even know who's on the Wizards anymore.
I heard you guys might sign Ben Simmons, so there's hope.
I thought you were going to say Ben Stiller, and I got excited. We're getting Ben Stiller as a fan?
Nope.
Oh, damn. You know who is a fan? These guys right here. Fans of you, folks. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for supporting us, as you always do.
Well, actually, I want that one.
Luis Martinez, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here whenever you can be. What do you got going on that you want to tell the people about while we celebrate with some patriotic music?
Everything's good, man. I'm tattooing at SoCal Tattoo in San Diego. If you guys want to come out, say if you're ever traveling to San Diego, say you heard me on the 323, and we'll give you 20% extra cost because you're a fan. No, I'm just kidding. Calling down to San Diego. We got the website back up, 2amburrito.net. .com was taken, so it's 2amburrito.net to find more about my filmmaking stuff. We're going to be launching a crowdfunding soon because I'm writing a new movie. And I'm just fucking, living, doing art, tattooing and piercing people and hanging out. So I'm, having a good time right now. So follow at Big Chief Burrito and all that good shit.
There we go. Follow them everywhere, folks. Go check them out. And Scott, Ellia, buddy,
hi.
Thank you for being here.
You know what? Thank you for having me. It's always great. We're in that little doldrum lull of the year where there's nothing really going on, but it's always nice being able to jump on here and chit chat with the fellas.
I was gonna say
I also put a new t-shirt design into the group chat.
Ooh, I'm excited. I was gonna say there's not really college football to promote right now, but hey, we're getting there, and we got potlucks coming up.
Oh, and you guys and I'm writing you guys into my movie.
Oh yeah, check us out in the movie. I would love it.
It's gonna be my big break.
As long as the scene opens with us talking about Muppets and movies, then can't go wrong with it for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Pope.
Pope.
Oh, folks, and Belichick, shout out to you. You can catch us on the 323 Network YouTube page. Go subscribe there, folks. Check us out anywhere that you get streaming your podcast. Rate us, like us, do all that stuff. And just thank you for being with us. And we will talk to you with plenty more coming up soon. And I'm sure, hopefully, we get uncontested with Rick Bayless and Sterling Sharp off the ground. But, folks, in the meantime, I'm Reid Murphy, your host. We will talk to you soon. Stay safe.